Hi guys, this is Dave from Carter Productions, and I'm going to be doing a little review today on the DSLR Rig movie kit. It's a shoulder mount Steadicam. It's a Poor-Man'S Steadicam, basically, and it's really quite cheap as well. Now, some of you may have seen something that looks very similar to this before, costing in the region of around $500. I'm not going to mention the make, of course, but this one I bought off eBay for just £50. So this, you can tell. You can tell what it's ripped off from, but does it do a good job? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, what we're going to also include in this review is some test footage. When I was looking online for test footage using this rig, I couldn't find anything. All I could do was find people talking about the build quality and what to expect and how easy it is to set up, but there was no real test footage, so I kind of just took a chance with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two bits of footage later on in this film of the same scene with and without this rig. So let's take a look at it. The first thing you're going to notice is that there's no logo or company name or anything on the box. It's a DSLR Rig is what it's called. Now one of the other names for this is Spider Steady. Now that's the name I found it under, being the Spider Steady. But yeah, you can see there's no company name on it. It's just kind of generic packaging. So let's open it up and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so inside we've got an Allen key, which, to be honest, looks a little bit used, but I paid 50 quid, so whatever. There's some instructions, of course. Now when I got this earlier on, I didn't actually even bother reading the instructions, but let's have a quick look at them. They basically show you different ways on how you can set this up. So you've got a shoulder mount like that, shoulder mount like this, how to set it up for low shot, another type of low shot, and basically explains on how you put the thing together. But you actually find that it's really easy. I didn't even need the instructions the first time, and I managed to set it up in about 35 seconds. So that's the rig itself. Let's just focus here. Yeah, there we go. That's the rig itself, just boxed. It's kind of flimsy in the box. There's nothing much going on apart from the rig, and for some reason they've included this, and the bubbles are all popped on it anyway, and it doesn't do anything. It just sits in the bottom of the box. All it does is add carriage weight. Not a lot, because there's nothing there, but yeah, that's all it seems to do. So let's take a look at the rig itself then. So this is the Spider Steady, or you might get it under, there's many different names that this is called, or you might even just see it as DSLR Rig. And it seems quite durable, it's quite sturdy, it's very light, which is kind of a plus point in a way, because I'll go into it a little bit later, but it doesn't add any extra weight to your camera really as such. Your camera is the bulk of the weight on the whole thing, but it does give you the opportunity to add extra weight if you want, so you've got loads of fine tuning, but we'll look at that in a minute. First thing we'll do is we'll get it set up. First of all, you turn it upside down, just like that, and then you find that this whole section, all these individual little bits swivel. You can see the swivel points. So that'll swivel this way, that one will swivel around this way, etc. And this one will swivel all the way round to here. Okay, now you've got all these wing nuts and lock screws, so you can just loosen them off and pull the thing out. Tighten it up when you're happy with it. Do the same on this side. And then this one, do the same here. And again this one, tighten up there. That's basically it. That's basically the simple setup. Is that. I'll just straighten this up a little bit. That's basically it. Just take a look at that. You see, that's basically the rig right there. That's it. It really is that simple. I mean, you could set it up in many different ways, and all of these swivel points. I mean, you can swivel it around so you can hold the camera, or you can put your hands in a more comfortable position. And this bit, what I like about this bit is it's even got a length extender on it, so you can pull this all out this way. So you've got more reach on it as well. So you could do literally anything with this. You could put it in any way you wish, and just find different ways that it's comfortable for you to use the rig, you know. So as you can see, that's where your camera attaches. You've got a thread bolt underneath, and that'll even see, that's even got a screw thread in it. Also, there's a section here which is screw thread again for attaching. You can attach a support rod to that with weights on it as well, and all of these ends come with 1/4 inch screw thread on them, which is really useful because you can just keep adding things and adding things to this whole setup. You can see it's got it everywhere. So one of the other great things about this rig is it's really easy to take to close back down as well. So let's do that. So first I'm going to put this lengthened bit in. And again, it's all like quick release stuff. It's just like really easy to unscrew and spin everything around. It's so simple. Do it here too. Fold that way. Fold that in. Tighten that up. And you can spin this whole section round like this. Spin these bits round. Push the handles down. And that's it. The rig is collapsed up, which can fit in most kit bags. I found out earlier today it couldn't fit in my little one, but it fits in my bigger kit bag without a problem. But yeah, it's quite a decent little rig. It's not bad for the price. I mean, at £50, you can't go wrong, you know. Especially, you know, if you're on sort of a budget and you can't afford the $500 version of this. This isn't bad. The build quality seems okay. What I would say is these Allen bolts, I would replace them. Go and buy some, you know, they're a couple of £1 in a shop for a bag of like 10 or 20 of them. I'd just replace them with some stronger ones. These, they just look a little bit flimsy, and these bushings here, if you accidentally strip them out, you've ruined the whole thing. So I would replace them. I would also suggest adding some weight as well to the back, or adding weight where you can, because it's really going to be very useful for when you film. And I found earlier on it just seemed to be a little bit light over the shoulder, because we took this out earlier on and we did some test footage, and this back piece, when it went over your shoulder, it just seemed to be quite light, and didn't sort of lock onto your shoulder very well, so it just felt like it was resting on the top. If you added some weight to that, it would stabilise the motion and just give you a whole nicer feel to it. I'll give you an example. I'll just show you this on the instructions. See, if you added some weight to this point, maybe a weight under here, which is just some washers on a 1/4 inch screw thread, that would make the world of difference to everything. So yeah, without further ado, I'll show you the test shots. Before I do, actually, I'll just mention that all of these joints here as well have 1/4 inch female screw threads on them. So you can see just there, and they're perfect for attaching microphones, lights, external screens and monitors, and you can really get a very professional. It just looks good as well, you know, it looks quite sturdy and it does do the job. So all in all, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. So maybe a 6 out of 10, 6 to 7 out of 10. It could be a bit, the build quality could be a bit better in places. Some of the bits are a little bit plasticky, but for £50 you can't go wrong.